Hello, happy beginning of the week. I don't know what else to say other than that. Let's get the show going. I don't know if Chris is going to be here or not. I think he still might be sick. Hope he feels better. I'll tell him to take care of himself and just rest. I do have one tweet that I want to show that I find very interesting. And then we'll see what else we can get into. And as usual, if you want to come on, talk about anything. I was on some other streams and heard some people complaining that they don't get to talk or have conversations or share their wisdom, and people talk over them and all that. You can come on here. I'll listen to you. You can have some spotlight or microphone, whatever. Okay, let me find this tweet. It was a satire, a comedy guy. Like adding some humor to the Palestinian conflict while trying to teach some of the history of it. Man, why can't I focus today? Pay attention. Okay. Oh, before that, I want to read this tweet from James Lindsay. Kind of summarizes stuff we've been saying. How the oppressed oppressor roles change depending on what group is using it, the axis of oppression and oppressor. Rousseau says man is born free, but everywhere is in chains. Marx says man is born free, but everywhere jobs. Feminist, woman is born free, but everywhere men. POC, which we used to just call black people, but are born free, but everywhere white people. Queers are born free, but everywhere normality, etc., etc. Okay, here's that other video. This one is called Palestine. It's a game, like a board game about Palestine, a card game. So let's take a look. Let me go on mute.
Hey, want to play the Palestinian experience? Hey, want to play the Palestinian experience? No, I hated the last game we played. Trust me, it's real easy. You're playing a Muslim in British Palestine, and your mission is to form a Palestinian state. Seems really difficult. Let's draw the first card and see. The UN gives you a Palestinian state. It's right where you live right now, and it's the same size as the Jewish state. If you accept, you win the game. No, let's start a huge war against the Jews. You serious? Yeah, I don't want them living next to me. Let's kill as much as we can. Okay. You lose the war and some of the territories the UN gave you. Do you wish to stay in the Jewish state and gain full citizenship, or go live in no man's land with limited rights? I don't want to live with Jews. Refugee it is. Do you want to form a peaceful society? No, I want to try terror. Right. Well, after decades of bloodshed, Israel has granted you autonomy in the West Bank and Gaza, and even gave you weapons to form independent security forces. Cool, thanks. Do you use the opportunity to form an organized society? No, I want to give this terror thing another chance. I see. Wow, Israel has offered you a Palestinian state in 90% of the West Bank, all of Gaza, and some other territories. If you accept, you win the game. No thanks. What? Never mind. Israel was sick of you killing Jews in Gaza, so they withdrew from them completely and left you all the advanced facilities and agricultural infrastructure they built there. I want to use it to build rockets. You're making this game so much harder. Also, I want to elect Hamas to rule over me. Hamas, the terrorist organization who swore to destroy Israel and kill all Jews. That's the one. Wow. For some reason, Israel once again offered you a state in all the West Bank plus other territories. Nope. If you accept, you win the game. No way, Moses. Once again, Israel offered you... You know what? Let's move on to the next card. Good call. Hamas is planning a massive attack against Israel. Do you try to stop them? Yeah, I want to join in. What? I want to join in. Why? I heard the Israelis are having a huge party someplace real close, so I want to rape a Jewish girl, kill her, throw her in the back of a pickup truck, then take her to Gaza so that all my friends could spit on her semi-naked corpse while another friend films everything so we have something to show our grandkids. You kill 1,500 Israelis and kidnap 240. Nice! The Israelis are now absolutely furious and they retaliate big time. They are so aggressive. Anyway, take this. Are you playing the victim card? Yep. Okay. You get tons of likes on TikTok, but you lose the game. I can't believe the Israelis didn't let me win. You might say, the Jews made me lose. Nice.
Wow, I didn't know it was going to go there. I don't know what to say. But yeah, I definitely get the underlying point of it. Let's see. I had some stuff I wanted to talk about on community. Some notes I had on my earlier community building project, but I kind of wanted to go over them with Chris. So I don't think there's any point of me just trying to go over them. In fact, I did that on a previous episode I did. So I think I'll just save that. And which means, let me turn my banner on. Okay, the panel, which is what this is supposed to be, is now open. If any guests want to come on and be on the panel and share your thoughts on stuff. I'll even take conspiracy theorists today. There's nobody here. I really want to keep the stream going today as long as I can. I have my men's group tonight, 6 p.m. Central. Drop me a line if you want to be in it. So I can stream for a couple of hours before that. Part of the stream. Oh, here's Chris. I guess we're going to do the community stuff.
Hey man, how's it going?
How are you? You seem sick.
It's a little under the weather, but I'm doing a lot better.
Better than the other day?
Yeah, a lot better. But a lot better than yesterday, for sure. Yesterday was bad. Yesterday I didn't get out of bed.
Oh.
I mean, even when I messaged you last night, I was still like laying in bed. I wasn't getting up.
Well, fluids and plenty of rest.
That's pretty much all I'm doing. Yeah, it's just like some sort of 72-hour like blue bug type thing. I don't know what it is, but I'm mostly at the end of it now. That's one of the.
How is Lindsay and the baby?
They've been staying away from me mostly. They come in and check on me, but they're so far they're not sick, so that's the important thing. Lindsay had like the sniffles like the other day, but she didn't get any sicker than that. Baby's still her normal bouncy self. So,
well, good. At least there's that.
Yeah. I saw you were watching some sort of weird video. What was that about?
Yeah, it was a guy. It's hard to describe what it was. He made this little card game about Palestine to illustrate how ridiculous the conflict is on their side. And I had these notes. Remember, I told you I had those notes on community that I thought I could go over today. I've been hanging out on some panels over the last few days, and specifically with an eye for the community side of it, and kind of what I would do and not do if I were trying to form a community. So it has my head in space. I just need to see if I can find them. I thought I had transferred them over to my other account. If I didn't, I'm going to have to go find the account that they're in. I also had a quote that I want to share from Northrop Frye that I kind of use. I kind of keep in mind when I'm building community. Let me just find that. It says, genuine speech is the expression of a genuine personality. Because it takes pains to make itself intelligible, it assumes that the hearer is a genuine personality too. In other words, wherever it is spoken, it creates a community. I think I have to go into I got to go find these documents. Let me just.
Take your time.
I hope I can still get into the account. Oh. I can't find him. Wait a minute. What? Oh. They're not in here. My documents are gone. What the fuck happened? Hang on. I'm determined to find these. Maybe I saved them somewhere. Well, you can talk about whatever in the meantime.
All I have to talk about is laying in bed sick for like 3 days. So I'm pretty boring. I definitely I had. I mean, I've thought about. I thought about I sent some emails out last night, and it's just a few more I sent this morning. I'm gonna try to get a hold of some locals, other YouTubers that are local to here. There's I'm trying to talk to Blair White. Try to talk to Steve Watson. Gonna try to talk to
Who'd you say after Blair?
Sydney Watson. She's a Australian. Is that Dallas?
Oh, is that Watson? Does she go by Watson?
Yeah, Watson. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I've seen her on a Benjamin Boyce, I think.
Hey, she's local to Dallas, so I figured like maybe there'll be some solidarity there. Dallas, nice. What's that?
Sydney is.
Sydney lives in Dallas, so does Blair.
Oh, okay.
So I've told that to Paul before. I told that to Paul. I was like, you ought to reach out and just be like, hey, we're both Dallasites, come on and talk about some issues or something. But I don't think you take it very seriously. I don't know. I just sent those emails. I don't expect anybody with a fairly decent fan base will probably take a little while to get through their emails. I still haven't heard. I heard right back from that advocate after a day. Then I've heard, and it's been a couple of days since I heard back again. So I don't know if maybe she actually looked at our stuff and decided not to.
That's what I was thinking. She looked at the stuff and said, "I'm not wasting my time on these nobodies." We should try to get like James Lindsay or Local Distance or some of the big IDW names. I wonder if Weinstein would come on. I mean, like Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson. Like, let's aim big. Yeah, Jordan's so crazy. He might do it these days. I'd love to get Matt Walsh up on here. Hey, Juniper, did you miss us? Does she have a sense of time? Like, does she know it's been days?
She kept trying to get to the computer yesterday whenever she was in here.
And how she's not even 1 year old?
No.
Wow.
She tries to get to the computer. She's got a zebra here. She's got a zebra. You think it's a zebra?
Oh, cute.
She's looking at her zebra.
That's fascinating to me. All we had was like our little rattles and blocks and plastic toys. She's already going for computer and YouTube streaming.
Well, I missed you, Jeff.
Hey, Lindsay. I'm glad you...
It was weird. I was like, oh, it's so quiet today.
It was quiet for me, too. I only streamed about 20 minutes each day. I didn't have anything to say.
Yeah, I didn't. It was weird for me just being. I felt like even though like no one's confined me, but like I just couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't get up to do anything.
He hasn't done anything for.
For like
36 hours.
And she'll tell you like I don't even sleep that much, let alone stay in bed that much though. So it's been really weird for me to be in sleep. Even the last time I got sick, I didn't stay in bed that much.
Well,
anyway,
body was doing what it needed to do.
Yeah, like I said, it didn't feel like the last time I got sick when I went to the hospital. It felt like pneumonia, like right away. I just felt it like deep in my chest. It was like a cough like that, but never felt that way, so I didn't go to the hospital. But if it kept going, I would have. But it started getting better, so I stopped. I just decided not to go. I didn't want to spend a whole day at the hospital for no reason.
Yeah, you were probably better off in bed. I have a friend in New Mexico, and I talked to him, and he's been to Meow Wolf, and he sent me a bunch of pictures of his visit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's what he said.
We drove through Santa Fe, but we didn't see it, did we? We thought it would be easier. We thought it would be. We kind of looked forward a little bit whenever we drove through there. That was years back, but we didn't see the actual. We thought it would probably be pretty easy to find, but we didn't find it. We were literally passing through though.
I'm excited about
Applying.
yeah.
Did you hear back yet?
And I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's going to be exciting, even to just get an interview.
She started it. She's trying to find all of her old resume stuff, all of her old portfolio resume stuff to send in.
You could get AI to create you a new one.
I actually sent my resume to one of my friends in New York. Does like network and development stuff for Pfizer.
Oh.
So he's gonna put it into his and then give it to me, and then I'm gonna like edit it so that it fits mine.
I have a friend who's working on an AI tool to help people do resumes and like figure out what career they want to be in. I'm going to see him this week, so I can ask him if he has anything that can help too.
Definitely.
Well, I found this list.
You found the list? Okay, cool. Let's go over it.
I'm not going to share it because it's a rough draft. I'll just kind of hit some highlights of it. This is me putting my heads together with some of the people I was building that first community with, and I think they're just in random order. The first one is common goals, like having a shared. We've talked about this before. Having a shared set of values, goals, maybe some beliefs around community, like starting from the same axioms or presuppositions. Ours was independence and interdependence, how to meld those together, autonomy, self-determination. This can motivate the individuals in the community to accomplish mutual held goals. We saw that with Meow Wolf, the nature of which may vary depending on the group in question. And some of the values we identified were heterodox, decentralized, egalitarian. Our beliefs were beliefs in personal creative freedom, self-determination, autonomy, and our goals were personal and project development, networking, and community building.
Hi.
Another important principle to us was freedom of expression, comfort among its members when it comes to speaking their minds and expressing what's important to them. One of the themes that kept coming up on the panels this week that I watched was that people were frustrated, kind of like me with some of the trolls, but then not feeling like there was a panel they could go on and fully get their voice heard. They either got talked over or there were biases against them because people were spreading drama about them and they weren't getting a fair shot to share whatever they wanted to share. So kind of developing a space where people can come and be heard. As long as it's not like just like some people go on and just randomly spurg out for hours about their pet issue. Or like it's, I don't think it necessarily needs to be too hostile or, you know me, how I feel about conspiracy oriented, although I feel like I have allowed plenty of place for that. But the point is, like, people should be able to come here and express themselves. That's the bottom line.
Sure, yeah.
Individuals who feel encouraged to give input about an issue and who feel heard are more likely to feel connected to the community. Successful communities, Hank, I'm talking to you, Recognize the importance of opinions that diverge from the majority and are open to hearing these. I think I've demonstrated that on here over and over and over. So the values around that were nonconformity of bias, a free market for speech. I have the Omega principle written down. I have no idea what that is. That might have come from somebody else. But let me look it up. Oh, it's slowly coming back. It's a story about, fuck. Do you know about the Omega principle?
I have now off the top of my head. It sounds familiar, but I could look it up. I don't know exactly what it is. Omega principle.
I might have to come back to that. It was this story about this guy who started a business or something, and something he learned. He called it the Omega principle and applied it to his. All I'm seeing is like fish oil, like Omega.
Yeah, that's all I'm seeing too. Yeah. It's like this crazy looking fisherman doing a TED talk. I don't know.
But it meant something else in this context. I remember him telling me the story. I think this came from my friend Neil. We all have something of value to offer, so we need to listen to find that. That's what's in parentheses around the Omega principle.
Okay.
I'm sorry I don't remember more than that about it. Another principle that we thought it was important to address member concerns as they come up, which honestly, it might be to our credit. There really haven't been much concerns. And when they come up, they usually get addressed on the spot. We did have that one viewer that we lost over one of our trolls. And I addressed that on stream the very next day. Not only is it important to create a community that encourages the voicing of concerns, but also to ensure that members feel their concerns are adequately addressed. Positive communities prioritize their members' well-being. I want to add to that locus of control. I think each member should prioritize and be responsible for their own well-being as well, and not necessarily offload that on the community without taking their role in it as well and doing self-care and managing their own reactions and stuff. Peer support, mediation, nonviolent communication techniques, which if they work, use them. I'm not real big on them. I resolve conflict in other ways. It can even be a workshop or service we offer. Check with members that concerns are addressed and listened to. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to do that. If you have a concern, I rely on you to take the initiative and bring it to me. I'm not big on checking in with people for no reason, just randomly. I trust that adults can communicate when there's problems.
Yeah, that some of those things, it gets to that point where you're treating people like they're part of a kindergarten class or something like that, and I don't think that's healthy for adults.
Yeah,
I think adults tend to rise to the level you treat them at, and if you start treating them like kindergartners, they're going to act like kindergartners.
Ding, ding, ding. Like I said, I'm building for the top of that chart, not the middle or the bottom. Yeah. And it's just it's not instinctive or natural to me to do that anyway. Frame evolving purpose, community agreement. Let me see what this one's about. Similar values and beliefs and principles help to manage disagreement and conduct. A third place provides an environment to resolve conflict through liberal values, which is open dialogue. A community can have a clear and adaptable, evolving focus as to how to serve its members. Do things together, leading to talking after, bond before problem solving, etc. I think this was more behind the scenes. Fairness, this one, I don't even know how this one got in here, but being aware of power differentials is important. I don't even notice that shit. A sense of equality of power can enable good relationships and a recognition of hierarchy of value. You are better at A than me, I'm better at B than you. I just call that strengths-based, like knowing each other's strengths.
Yeah, knowing each other's strengths. I hate calling it power differentials. That's not a power differential. That's just understanding, because that makes it sound like someone is like more overall powerful than someone else, just because it's like saying that because a woman can have a child, that gives her power over men that can't, or something like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm taking it to an extreme there. I'm using hyperbole as an extreme, but I'm saying it's like it's just because someone's better at something someone else doesn't make them more powerful. You can still see people through the eyes of equality in the sense like we're all equal in the sense that we all have strengths and weaknesses. We all have things that we can do better than other people. Maybe there's a few people that can't do anything better than somebody else, but for the most part, everybody can do something better,
Well, I guess we need to be clear about the strengths that are going to add to this community, because I'm sure the trolls have certain strengths too, but I don't think there's a place for them here.
Yeah.
And maybe power differentials are something that you only really notice if you're on the lower end of it. Like you notice, like the big dinosaurs don't notice the little dinosaurs, but the little dinosaurs certainly notice the big ones.
Yes,
so maybe I don't see them because I don't really feel like I'm in a power difference relationship.
I've always thought there's someone who's struggling or someone who's struggling to fit in. I've always noticed those people. I've always got on my way to reach in and bring those people in. I am that kind of person though. Like I am that kind of person that it's just me I do instinctually. I don't know. I grew up in Sunday school. I grew up in under those kind of principles. Those are the kind of principles I grew up in. Like whenever you see the kid that's sitting out in the corner that's not fitting in and stuff, like you go and make friends.
That was me. I was that kid.
Yeah, well, that was, and I was the kid. If I wasn't that kid, I was the one that made friends with that kid. And that's the way I was raised to be. So like I don't know. I find it kind of thing very. I find it weird when people don't do that. When people see like the weird outsider kid and they don't go out and they don't go out of their way to make friends with that kid. I think that I personally, my brain goes, that's weird. Like, why wouldn't you do that? Like this, somebody needs help them, But.
To me, when that happens, it's just an indication that that's not the group for me. Like if I'm in a new group and nobody's going out of their way to include me or show hospitality, I'm like, okay, this is obviously not my group. I was that kid. Like I hung out with all the misfits in school. I was the one that would be friends with people that nobody else would be friends with because I didn't care. Like a lot of it is you pay. Like if you tried to be friends with me, you would pay a social price at my school. So most people didn't go out of their way to befriend me because it wasn't worth the social cost. I didn't care about that. So I would always go and befriend the people if they interested me or if I wanted to. That's the only requirement I had. I didn't care about the social cost. I was already an outsider.
Are you on Discord?
No. Not on his Discord.
Do you have a Discord?
I do. I don't have my own.
I'll invite you to our Discord. Sorry, Lindsay was asking me. Lindsay wants to be in the Discords. I was telling her yes. I'll invite her to all the Discords.
Oh yeah.
Lindsay wants to get involved too. She's excited about stuff.
That's where we do all our movie watching.
Yeah. I mean, she's just gonna watch the movie on the same screen as me, but yeah, she wants to be on the Discord. Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't know. It's weird to me I've always thought it was weird when people didn't do that kind of thing, that didn't reach out to the outsiders. I grew up as I was an outsider amongst the outsiders, though. I didn't my group was the people that I was my group of misfits were the people that were misfits from all the misfit groups. I was friends. I was friends with
wanted to be a dentist.
I was friends with the one if there was a goth kid that didn't fit with the other goth kids that they were in my group. Exactly. If there was a metal kid that didn't fit with the metal kids, they were in my group. That's the way I was all growing up, and I don't know. I love that. We were the I Love Misfit toys. We were completely down with it.
Come on, get down with
I don't think I've really known anything else. Even in first and second grade, even in my family, because I was the oldest, so I was doing my own thing, and then all my siblings came along and started doing their thing, and I already had my own thing going. So I was kind of on my own track, and at recess on the playground, I would walk around by myself and just do my own thing. But anytime the kids wanted a group activity or a game or something, I was the person that everybody would come and find. And my siblings, when they wanted to play, they'd come find me, and I would organize some kind of. I knew all these little games to play.
Yeah.
And so I had the role of being the loner and the misfit, but also like the activity organizer when people needed me for that role.
Hell yeah, man! I mean, that was like literally like like I was saying before, like, you know, I always wanted to be like I was in bands, and, you know, I sang in bands, and I played and I did stuff like that. I did like art projects. I was always really, I always had a lot of fun. I was in some of the plays. But the place I always found myself more than anything, I was the presenter. I was the guy who ran the venue. I was the guy that booked the bands and made sure everything came together. I booked bands at like multiple venues, and I ran movie theaters. Like, I love that though. Like, I don't know. I love being the venue what you call it? What do you even call that? What is the exhibitioner? I guess I wasn't an exhibitionist. I was an exhibitioner. You know, I was the person who put the show on. Like, okay,
like the ringmaster.
Whenever I was a real little kid, I didn't really care about fireworks, but I loved like going and picking out all the fireworks on 4th of July. I loved like laying them out in like a line and deciding like how the order the fireworks would go off in. And I like put on a fireworks show. That's I didn't even care about the actual looking at the fireworks. I just like putting on the show. So like it's a really weird place. It's a really weird, like, it's like I'm like, yeah, I am. I was the kid from Rudolph Red Radio that wanted to be the dentist thing, right? I didn't fit in for a variety of reasons, but yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to create the place that the things happen. Like, it's always been me.
The life of a Sigma male. And
I guess
another thing I'm noticing in these communities is the amount and level of neurodivergence. Like, we're all misfits, and probably partly for reasons of neurodivergence.
Oh yeah, I'm ADHD as hell. I know that much for sure.
And so we seem normal to each other, to ourselves, in a way that we don't to mainstream society.
I mean, I don't actually know that anyone is normal, but anyone who actually seems normal.
No, but there's some people that can sync together, like very fluidly, in a way that, like, with minimal amount of friction. And I just could never do that. It's like a jigsaw puzzle piece from a different box. I don't fit in with the puzzles in this box.
Yeah, I get you.
I have this one in red as a highlight: the heart of community building, promoting interaction among members, which is one thing I think we do here. Work to foster a feeling of genuine connection among members by providing plenty of interaction opportunities. I think the only way we could provide more is to do 24-hour streams, but we do. I mean, we stream at least once, sometimes twice a day. Doing this can motivate members to remain engaged and work toward the established goals of the community. Regular meetings, in-person organizing, presentations, workshops, game nights, movie nights, Discord voice video channel, morning coffee, etc. More specifically, enabling opportunities for members to experience social goodwill and confluence in their interactions is key. I think that's our strength.
Yeah. I mean, that was always the point of the place I was trying to open and stuff like that too. It was always the point of it was always with the place that not only could people come together and would be 24/7, people could collaborate and go there, but it would also be a place that something would be happening at all times. There never would be a time you could show up where there wouldn't be something happening. Something was always going on. It was something that was, something like, even in like the live shows I always try to do whenever we used to do live shows for my band, we always used to do things to involve the crowd. We always, like I told you before about we never got to do it. We always would do a Plinko night. We always wanted to build a giant Plinko board.
The Price is Right.
Yeah. We had to do a giant Plinko board. We're gonna do have an art contest where we're gonna break people up into groups and have them design the poster for the next show, and see whoever won got to And we're gonna give out. We give out actual prizes like and stuff like that too. But we never had to do a lot of that stuff because our band is not that big. But
We talked about doing that game.
I worked at RHA, so I did all the events for the on-campus development. So we did all the field trips. We took all the Hawaiians to go see snow for the first time. We took them sledding. Oh my god!
That's how my COVID Zoom was that we ran. Like we had all these breakout rooms, and there was always something going on. In one of movies, or we did open mics, arts and crafts. People taught classes. One girl taught Spanish class. You could drop in and learn Spanish. There was always something to do.
Zoom's a lot more versatile than I ever gave it credit for. I have to say, like, I never knew that you could do that much on Zoom. Of course, Discord's gotten a lot, is really developed a lot too over the last few years. There's a lot you can do on Discord.
There's probably more we could do with Discord. Like one guy talked about getting a game night going, which I would love to do if I could figure out this tabletop simulator.
We could play Among Us.
One of us might have to sign up for a Discord Nitro account just to be able to so we could.
You know what? If I get funding, I would do that. I'm going to upgrade everything. If I get funding, I'm upgrading all of my accounts, my equipment. I'll be able to do better branding, marketing, outreach.
Yeah, getting funding would be the dream right now. I know that's the.
I'm gonna do a little bit of networking when I go home this week, and maybe see what the Bank of Mama rates are.
Sorry, I'm changing a diaper.
The next point is organizers and facilitators that stand by community values. Fair in their focus. The community values should inform any decisions or actions taken on behalf of the community. Decisions should focus primarily on the promotion of the community's visions and aims. And I think we're doing that in the way that we curate the guests here. Like we're a little discerning in who comes on and who doesn't. Although I really haven't had to turn many people away. Oh, Lord, just got my... I just got my email from the airline. By the way, I'm going to be in Dallas Thursday.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, at the airport for
how long?
I'll like think it to you.
We'll come meet you. We can have lunch.
Yeah, tell me what time. I can come there and meet you. I live like 5 minutes from the airport.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh well. Let me see if they have my. I'll get it to you later. I'd have to search for my itinerary. It's like 1 in the afternoon to 4 in the afternoon or something. And this is if, because I hear horror stories about the Dallas airport. This is if everything's on time. There's stories about people getting stuck overnight at the airport because their flights don't come in. Or
that can happen at any airport, but honestly, I've never had any issues like that at the Dallas airport.
Come on that thing.
I think the airport I've had the
we
most.
We could do a stream from the airport together in person.
That would be funny.
Because I wasn't going to be able to stream that day at all because that's my travel day. But maybe if we see each other, we could do a short little stream.
Yeah, they have decent Wi-Fi there. That's true.
Although I don't know if StreamYard. I looked for a StreamYard app because all I have is my phone, and I didn't see a way to stream specifically from your phone on StreamYard. Although I know people do it. So are they just using a browser and clicking the link? You might have to use the YouTube studio and just stream live.
Yeah, I might just do that. I don't know. I guess I could bring my laptop up there where I want to.
Well, let's yeah, I didn't know you lived so close. Let's talk about it.
Maybe I literally
we could get Paul and Rowan and who else is down there to come in? Maybe Blair White and Watson will want to meet there too. We could turn it into a little podcast studio.
Yeah, I will. I'll definitely. I mean, you should definitely let. My boss mentioned.
Yes. What was it?
That obey, make art, not worship too.
Because I don't know the Dallas airport at all. I know you have to ride some little tram or shuttle to get to the gates. They said it's huge.
It is, but not necessarily. It's not necessary. It depends on what gate you get to. There's gates that don't require that. It's much more like that at the Vegas airport. The Vegas airport was one you had to ride the tram at, wasn't it? The Vegas airport was one that had the crazy tram system. I
thought the Vegas one very easy. We lived a block away, or a couple of blocks away.
I don't think I ever had. I don't think I've ever had to ride the tram at the Dallas airport. I mean, you can. You're at Love Field or DFW?
Huh?
Are you going to Love Field or DFW?
I don't even know. How do I
There's
figure
two
it out?
airports. There's one called Love Field.
DFW?
Love Field is closer to downtown, and then DFW is the main one. They're both close, but
Dallas Fort Worth Regional.
yeah, that's DFW. That's the one I live the close to.
Okay.
Now, literally, like from my over
1:12 p.m. is when it's supposed to land.
from where I live, like if I look out my window, there's just planes flying overhead all the time.
Is that their is the time in Central Time Zone? Is that how they do
Yeah,
it?
pretty sure.
1:12 Central.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
It should say if it doesn't. Just send me the itinerary later. We'll figure it
And I
out.
leave at 4:30 to fly out.
Yeah, we won't actually have to. We can just hang out. There's like a Chili's and stuff up there. We can just go up there to like the little Chili's there and talk there. Yeah, and have lunch. Yeah.
Okay,
There's
good.
plenty-
That'll be our we're doing the in-person community building already.
Yeah,
Be our
there
first.
you go. Yeah, I wish you had if you had a longer layover, I'd say you come out. I'd show you downtown Dallas and stuff. That'd be cool.
Well, if I get stuck, like if the plane doesn't show up for some reason,
I don't think
that's why I took an early flight to allow.
the weather's not that bad. Weather's not that bad. I don't think anything like that's going to happen. Where's their wallet?
And then I do it again on the way back, but I think that's about the same amount of time.
What do you want to do? What you want to do, kiddo?
All right. The last point I have is to prioritize effective communication. This has always been a weakness. Hey,
Sorry, I
babe.
couldn't hear that.
Prioritize effective communication. It says communication is essential for any effective community. Not only does this mean clearly communicating values and beliefs, I kind of just let those emerge. And maybe I identify them or articulate them as I notice them, but I don't have them ahead of time. But it also means keeping members up to date about ongoing projects and upcoming events, which we do. I mean, YouTube does that for you when you schedule the stream. Web page, calendar, flyers, social media presence, newsletters. So once we get our brand for the web page, then we could create social media accounts for it.
I can't find any more formula.
There's a ton of it. I'll find it.
I think that's
enough
that's
for
all.
a scoop. Is there anything in there?
It was like half a scoop.
Pour it in there.
How to attract community members. Community of rebels, misfits, creative problem solvers, self-development, project incubation, authenticity, reflection, intelligent, value, sovereignty, heterodox, openness, network. I have Omega again. I have no idea what that is. Learning from each other, value building.
I hear something.
Well, if there's Sigma males, I guess there's Omega males. I don't know. That being together.
Okay.
What's the Omega personality? The personality that ends everything?
There's the Omega program, which is a self-help, it's a self-help program that this guy developed during COVID for people to do online. They're locked down, and you do it with a partner, and you go through these processes and exercises each day. You meet remotely. But I know that wasn't what Omega was because I didn't find out about that till later. All right. Is anything going on in the world?
You got me.
Let's look.
There you go.
Let me check news real quick. I haven't really been on the Twitter. I've been hanging out on panels, on streams. Oh. Supreme Court announces New code of ethics. What's that going to do? Why is that?
Yeah, I saw that right before stream started too, and I thought the same thing. I was like, what's the point of that? It's like a new code of ethics or
attempts to address ethics concerns. This is an attempt to address, but leaves many unanswered questions. Who would enforce it? And this seems like non-news. It's the major headline everywhere, but it doesn't even seem like news. They said they don't know how the code's going to work, who's going to enforce it. They acknowledge they have more work to do. It doesn't give anything substantive.
Well, they don't want to. They can't say anything more than that because everyone's sick and tired of hearing about Israel Palestine. There's nothing new there. It's all the same. It's all the same stuff that they've been saying. It's all the same stuff they've been saying. So they're trying to get away from that. They're desperate for any kind of news that's not that. That's not war in some way. So yeah, they're going to hyper focus on something that doesn't matter. I'm sure it's probably mostly just to address a bunch of those Supreme Court justices that were going on trips and stuff.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Alito took some trip on a private jet and didn't disclose it.
And they're saying that was compromising their integrity and all that shit. So it's a bunch of lip service. It's not going to change anything.
That was my initial impression when I read the headline. Like, if they're not doing it now, what's this new code going to suddenly make them do? Let me check YouTube. Nope, nothing happening on the YouTube. We're still the hottest game in town right now. Jim Bob is streaming, but other than that,
Jim Bob. Yeah, doesn't everyone hate him now or something? That was like the impression.
I don't know. He mentioned Machine, and he's like, and all these people that want me to debate him. What's that about? What's the topic? Like this Machine lies guy. What's the point of debate? Like, and then the people in the comments were typing how weird and crazy he is.
Well, he might be weird and crazy, but he's our weird and crazy. I still like him, even if he lets too many trolls on his stream. He said earlier he needed to talk to me, so I gotta talk to him after our stream today. So
yeah, his stream is becoming known as the stream to go to for that kind of stuff. One of the streamers this week, I forgot who, was like, this stream is not going to be like that. If you want a stream like that, just go hang out on Machine Lies, because that's not going to happen on this stream. Although they did I was impressed with the stream this weekend. I woke up at like 2 a.m. and they were going, and they started talking about relationships and he talked about his wife. Some other people talked about their troubled relationships, and Flo stayed, and some other people got on and got a conversation going about healthy and unhealthy relationships, and Flo was being very real with him, and I think giving some good insight.
Good.
It was a nice change to see on that channel from what's usually on there. So it shows the potential of what any of these channels can be with the right people and the right content.
It says we have 3 viewers right now. Something. I'm gonna post.
Any of these 3 viewers want to come on? This is a panel, after all.
Yeah, I was gonna post some stuff up on Discord, just like let the Discord.
Okay. Yeah, feel free. I quit doing it for this stream because it's at the same time every day.
Yeah, but
and then tonight we have our stream with Anton. I don't know what we're doing, but supposedly Anton and I are going to meet and go over some social justice stuff. That's going to be at 8 p.m. Central. I'm going to be on Central Time for the next 2 weeks. That'll be
Same
Convenient.
time zone. Hey. There we go. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, speaking of, welcome.
There he is.
welcome.
There is we spoke of the devil. The devil.
What's going on, guys?
Demons.
You guys doing okay? Yeah, no. Say my name 3 times and I appear, huh?
How you doing? I liked your stream this weekend.
Oh, thank you.
The part
Thank
of it
you.
that
I
I
appreciate. Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, it's quite a roller coaster ride on these streams, as you've seen. But you know, I like to ride the thing to like all the way to the cliff and then just drive it off, you know. And then I think that's usually how every chapter of my book really ends. It just ends with like a paradoxical question, and I'm like, "Well, what do you guys think?" There's no answer. And then it's like the end, the end of the chapter.
Yeah, a friend of mine told me the other day that he said your stream is kind of like a book that you're writing. And I said, yeah, I guess it kind of is.
Yes, the book of the of syncopated madness.
I like that. Better copyright it before someone takes it. Hey, somewhere. It was really good talking to you the other day too.
Yeah, we really enjoyed talking to you the other day. Really did.
Yeah, bless you. Oh, you guys talked to Somewhere in Time, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, she made me miss Vegas so hard. She had
she
that Vegas energy just pouring through her.
That's beautiful. Yeah,
she
I need
came
some
on
of
to talk about her life as an ex showgirl and all this, and her all the traveling and all the stuff she used to do and all this. I think that's great, man.
We used to live in Vegas.
Yeah, both me and Jeff are both from Vegas. So
yeah, you told me that. Yeah,
my first daughter was born in Vegas, not this one, but the other one was born in Vegas.
Yeah, Juniper.
She's a Vegas local. The locals were rare because you almost never met a native in Vegas. Everybody was
born right here in Dallas. Yeah, she's born right here in Dallas.
That's the second baby I've seen today. Maybe that's a good sign, you know.
On stream?
Lucky. No, I saw my cousin's little baby nephew of mine earlier today. Yeah.
She's trying. She is trying so hard to look around me to see the stream. She is trying so hard to see around me.
Yeah.
She likes you, Machine. Like every time you're on, she always tries to like.
Yeah, kids like me because I look like a puppet, you know. So they're like, "Oh, look at it," you know. So they're like, "Oh, look at that! He's all fuzzy, you know. He's a fuzzy muzzy."
She likes Jeff too. I don't think Jeff looks like a puppet, so.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, I think my little brother said, he said Gen X Jeff looks like a flight attendant. So, you know, he looks a little
flight attendant.
I don't know where he got that from, but I guess he looked trustworthy enough to be
a compliment. My friend said she listens to my streams and she said I remind her of a gay, autistic Mr. Rogers. So maybe that is something kids can relate to.
Yeah, I thought of Talcott, like an extension of his show, like being like a like Mr. Rogers in the Neighborhood, but it's Talcott in Spokane, and he like goes and tries like different jobs and like sees how it.
Oh, he's in Spokane?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we're in the same state.
Yeah, he like goes to the neighborhood, like, you know, whatever, and sees how it's run, and then tries it for a day, and then goes back home. You know.
Well, I'm gonna do that. I'm going home this week for about 2 weeks, and my plan is to do some live streaming when I'm out and about and in person, when I'm interacting with the locals. I'm going to a red state, hanging out with Republicans. So I want to capture as much of it as I can.
Yeah, that's my dream, is to stand at a park with a megaphone, you know, and do the machine lives there, and then have the live stream just be the go among the audience and just talk to people with a microphone.
You should do it. You'd be like Billboard Chris and just
or
street epistemology.
Yes. I want to bring it out to the streets and talk to people either in the streets, either live talk to people in the streets, or go around and have an audience like of maybe as many people as I get in the live stream, and also we could film it and broadcast it live as well.
Yeah,
you know, we could be that live component. as well to it. But yeah, eventually I want to move it out. And now that I have the monetization capabilities.
Oh, you hit your 1,000
Oh
subscribers?
yeah. I think I'm gonna make another channel and then create a and then put clips on that channel just in case this one gets shut down. And then and try to get crowdfunding for a library or a studio of something. And then I want to try to get crowdfunding for like like soup kitchens, where we buy like lentils and mushrooms and make a huge pot of like lentils and mushrooms and go have people distribute it, to the homeless people. And then maybe we could teach the homeless people how to make the soup, and they can just run the soup kitchens, and just run the free soup kitchens, and just have, because all you really need is lentils and mushrooms to feed shitloads of people, and it's extremely cheap ingredients. You could buy all the ingredients for less than $100. You could feed like 50 people. So I think that would be something that I want to look into. If I started in 2 or 3 cities, I think I would just die happy if I set up like 2 or 3 libraries where, like, the poor kids could go to and learn, and set up some soup kitchens. Oh man, I'd be a happy man. If I could use the thing I'm doing on the internet to bring something like that into the world, oh man, that would be a real blessing, actually help people, instead of just talking on the internet.
Yeah, no problem. Have you hooked up with any of the local nonprofits or social services? There might be funding for something like that. Like you could get a grant.
Well, no, I want to do it all on my own,
Oh, okay.
Independent, so that nobody else is involved.
You got to be careful. Some states will actually even fine and even jail you for doing that without getting the proper
permit.
permit.
Pass the law, make it illegal to feed the homeless.
Yeah, you got to make sure.
Probably not in Detroit though.
Yeah.
Hopefully not in Detroit, but I'm just saying, just be careful, because I've heard of people happening to people around here in Dallas. So,
well, then he'll film it and go viral.
In Florida.
Yeah, and we might have like agents, lentil agents, just dropping off packs, and then the cops won't know about it, guerrilla, a soup kitchen,
Yeah.
Be more excited about it.
I mean, like, because I've even thought about like the thing I keep talking about, trying to set up like the open source city thing. I even thought about trying to set it up as a nonprofit before doing it as like basically as a charity. Because a nonprofit doesn't mean you can't take in money. It just means you can't have anything on the books at the end of the year, kind of thing. Make sure everything is always all spent out. So like any money that's taken in isn't used by the end of the year, to make sure it all goes back out to the community. I always thought about doing that as like I always thought of it as something that would be more of like a charitable type thing. I'm not really trying to get rich. I'm just trying to support my family and do something good with my life.
I'm trying to learn how to be a capitalist.
I'm trying to learn how to be a capitalist so I can do the right thing, so I can actually do something. Because you can't do anything as anything else in this society. You can't do anything as you got to learn how to be a capitalist if you want to help anybody.
Well, that's the thing. If somebody pointed out earlier, I think it was my cousin. He said if somebody gives you large amount of money, then they could sway the content on your channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, maybe not. But if they pay me enough money, I will cover the subjects they want me to. so
doesn't mean you'll cover them the way they want you, the way they.
I worry about that too.
Yeah. That's the problem. Yeah, that's the one thing I won't do. I won't cover them the way they want me to.
I would absolutely. I see no problem taking money to cover a subject. Taking money to cover a subject the way I want to cover it, though, is not going to be the way they're going to want me to cover it. I have no problem with running advertisements the same way that you want on commercial. I'm just not going to speak to myself. I'm not going to.
Well, that's why I couldn't offer. I couldn't even offer it, because the thing is that the way I do like my philosophy thing, only a few people are going to be attracted to that methodology, that I employ. So if they want me to apply that methodology to any work that they see, they might think, oh, I wonder what the Machine Lies thinks about this book. Well, if you pay me money and I'll read the book, pay close attention to it, and then I'll expound on it, give you a synopsis of the material in the book or something like that. I know a couple of my friends who do stuff like that, and I'd be happy to provide that service.
Do you play Music Machine?
Well, no. Well, no. We talked about this. I only freestyle rap, so I'm gonna send you my rhymes soon, and we're gonna put something together soon.
Because I really do see. I see doing Machine Lies live shows.
Yes.
In a venue. I could see doing like here in Dallas. Like we have this venue called Trees that's really open to doing local bands. So I can see doing a show at Trees and getting a couple. There's this band. You gotta look up the band. What are they called, Lizzie? Look up Cure for Paranoia. The lead singer is literally he's schizophrenic that started using rap as a way to channel. The dude raps like Kendrick Lamar.
That's what I do. That's what I do. I channel my like freestyle rap, and sometimes it is slow and drawn out. That's why I'm thinking that we should use OBS and the StreamYard studio to put something together. Because if I come in, if you have a beat playing for maybe 10-15 minutes, and then I'll just go, just make up shit for 10 minutes. And then whatever is usable, we'll just cut out the best part of the best 3-minute part of it, and then just use it. That's kind of more my idea.
Just has a lot of beats.
I have a ton of beats. But here, let me. I'm gonna send you this.
Yeah, I got you on that. We'll just go into the studio and we'll just go just a 10-minute session, and I'll just go and we'll record it. But yeah, bless you somewhere in time. Thank you.
Let me show you this dude, man. I'll send you this link here in the chat there. You check it out later. This is the local radio station too. That our NPR radio station.
Can you put it in private too? Because I can't click on the links and.
Oh sure, yeah, absolutely. These guys are dope, man. We saw them. We see them live 3 times. And every single time I've seen them, it's just the first time we saw them, they did the show.
Is this copyrighted? Can we get away with sharing it?
I think it would be fine. I think they'd be fine. Just we're not for sure. I don't want to share a whole bunch of it, but yeah, I mean just give us a sample of it. It'd be fine. They started out this one show in a straitjacket. Dude started in a straitjacket, and he was just doing the whole time. It's through the third the song, he actually got out of the straitjacket and then he went nuts.
I was gonna do that on my show.
Really? You were?
Yeah, I was gonna start my live stream with the smock that my wife brought from the mental hospital, and put a COVID mask on and start my show, and then take it off, and then start my show that way.
He saw him in a straitjacket though.
Yeah, which it seemed like it was difficult for him to do. But I think on this is just a page, but it's just got just play this one video. That Kid Cam. I don't know which track this is. When they sold their albums, they didn't sell their albums on CDs. They sold little pills. They sold little pills that were USB drives. Do you know where that is? It's downstairs in that basket with the pills downstairs. Yeah, go.
Yeah. And to its credit, we've never.
A broken record that ain't broke no records. Now let me formulate my own opinion.
Oh, you were muted there, Jeff.
Copyright, because I didn't realize it was a official looking song.
No, that should be fine. It's a KXD live thing. It should be fine. They don't mind you sharing it. They encourage people to share it. As long as we don't share more than a minute of it, we should be fine. I don't think we'll have any issues at all. Motherfucker down here has been playing Sade songs on his stream, and he's been fine. I think he's doing wrong.
Sade is she has to be in the Library of Congress at this point. I mean, there's no way.
Listen, I'm the tortoise in the race, niggas nestled in. I was dealing with the pressure to the pressure hit. And I'm just a couple seconds from a second win. Now I'm jumping like a faucet, I don't even need my water pressure fixed. I'm hopping at the bottom of the water fountain where I'm counting quarter niggas trying in the pool. Meaning that really it is deep, nigga think it is. You see, you gotta reach instead of wishing it was true. Nigga, I'm hopping at the bottom of the water fountain where I'm counting quarter niggas drowning in the pool. Meaning that really it is deep, nigga think it is. You see, you gotta reach instead of wishing it was true. That kick down.
Yeah, check this out. This is their album. It's a USB drive, see? That's their album. Is that dope?
Yeah, I've seen those.
Oh, that was dope as hell. I don't always. I usually don't buy albums because I'll buy T-shirts or their merch and stuff from things. But you see something like that, you buy that. You know what I mean?
I've
Yeah.
never heard of that band before at all. Yeah.
They're a local Dallas band, man.
Oh.
Dallas has a pretty dope scene. They really do. I haven't been able to. I haven't been able to really like to be a part of it for the last couple of years, obviously. But
Yeah, have you ever heard of K Reno?
K Reno, no.
Oh my God. Yeah, this guy
Is
K
that
Reno.
Detroit?
He's a underground rapper, and that's how I get away with playing music on my show, because I play underground rap, and they don't even have labels and shit, so they can't like copyright their stuff. Usually,
Well, yeah, I know.
But sometimes I'll play like something very well known. But how I get around it is I'll play it on a YouTube channel that has uploaded it, and obviously they haven't gotten copy strike for it, so I'll just like play it.
Oh.
You know, yeah, because I'll be because if it's posted on the official page, on the artist's official page, I'll be like, oh shit, well I can't play that one. But then if it's re-uploaded by some random like small account, then I'll just do it because they didn't copyright them for it. So
I thought it was these bots that crawl and can detect when you play copyrighted songs.
I think that's during the live stream. Some of them do that. You know, I think there's bots that will put a banner up to cover the content of your live stream, so it'll say stream unavailable. But when you go back on your stream, it won't show the content, but it'll just show you. So like on one of my live streams, it's just like me sitting there for 2 minutes.
Do you get strikes or anything? Does it count against your account?
No, it didn't count as a strike.
Okay, that's the only thing I'm worried about, is losing my channel over it.
But anyway, because I had this one of my big ideas that I had a long time ago that was supposed to be a precursor to like my bigger idea. I want to do this thing here in Dallas or around called Live Magazine. You know, it kind of has that double entendre of being like, you know, like a live magazine like for a gun, and also being like literally a live magazine, like, you know, like a magazine you'd see in a doctor's office, right? Like the idea would be that it would be a combination of like, it would start out with like, you know, an editorial, and then we'd have some featured artists, and the whole thing we'd have you know, art from local. The whole place would be decorated with art from local artists. We'd have comedy sketches. We'd have like a comedy, you know, a stand up thing. The whole thing would be like a really, really well, like, you know, laid out, like it would be a really well choreographed like live show that would include comedy and music and all this stuff like that. Like it would just be like this like night of like all the stuff like that, and you know, and to do like one of those a month, you know. And like we would like, you know, include, it would have a lot of audience participation stuff, you know, and so it would be like a big community building type thing we do like once a month. And I always wanted to do that shit, but like, you know, of course it takes money and stuff like that. But
yeah, to move it to a place. But right now, before we do that, we can go and get crowdfunding and recreate that on a live stream, so people know what they're getting, so that when they pay for like, you know, studio or a venue or something like that, they know exactly what they'll get when they show up, you know. So we could have, like, right now we could incorporate I mean, like on my live stream, we could do you know, my me for 2 hours, you know, for example, and that'll be like the knowledge or information segment, the monologue section of it, you know. Or me for like an hour, or even me for like 30 minutes if the audience gets too bored with like just me talking for an hour, you know. And then we can have a musical segment, you know, where it's music,
like a variety show.
Yeah, like a musical break where we come up with music and perform for like a little while, and then the panel could be the comedy section, because the panel is basically comedy. You know, it's basically the comedy section of the show. You know, it's just people talking about random
comedy,
shit,
drama.
fighting about nonsense.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt you guys. Jeff, do you mind bringing up Jim Bob's channel just for a second and click on his?
Oh, is he doing something now? Yeah, let me find it.
Well,
I hope he doesn't copyright me for it.
I was just gonna hop off and talk to NeuroJack, and then he showed up here, so I guess
he seems like he's
we'll just
he's
talk
talking
here.
with Deacon Ananias.
Yes, and I think it'd be interesting if somebody wanted to jump on that panel and just kind of challenge somebody to a debate. That'd be kind of fun.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I
sure.
think I'd be scoffed at, but I'd love to talk to Deacon Ananias if I could, and just ask him those routine philosophical questions that we always ask each other.
But think about the philosophers as really, really smart con men. They use really fancy words and sorcery to kind of confuse you and to get you to buy a bad product. And so it's the task of the philosophy student to spot the con. And that becomes a fun way of kind of realizing that none of these people actually know what they're talking about.
This is boring. I'd rather listen
to
to
pretend autonomy and system building without any kind of proper foundation. And so I think it's good what you're doing. I'm always thinking about that too, how to take the tag and just put it in really simple words. Because in one sense, it's just really simple. In a world where there's no God, it's an accident. Everything's accidental. And in a world like that, there is no reason or argument. There's no third way. There's no moral arguments.
Yes, there is.
There's no morality. And so you can just end it there. And then also a critique of the kind of natural theologian that thinks that there's some type of independent criteria by which we prove God. How would I put that in a simple way that just is absolutely absurd? There's something in the back of God that's independent of God that you have to prove him by. Mm-hmm. And then if you ask, that sounds
look in his butt,
blasphemous and idolatrous. There's something higher and independent of God that he has to come down to, that you have to prove him.
Right. I mean,
there are no arguments for the existence of God, because that pretends that there's some type of independent standard, which we'll see is incapable of being justified. That we're all just going to agree on, that we have this kind of neutral thing that, well, we'll all just agree with this and then we'll prove God. Rather than, no, there is nothing. That is the starting. It's either God or nothing. He's either the starting point for all argument. You don't prove God's existence. He's that by which you prove everything else.
Right. So if God is... Yeah. So if God is a necessary precondition for proving anything, whether it's empirical or logical, accounting for all of the things we use to do, quote, proofs, math, empiricism, investigation, appealing to the regularity of nature and all these things, the question itself, prove God, like what you're saying is the question itself, the demand to prove God in the demand itself assumes that there's some fundamental absolute standard in which all things can be proven, which to us is God. Like, you know what I mean? So it's assuming that it's almost an argument for God to say prove God, because it would lead to God being the necessary starting assumption. So, but however, the word itself is misleading anyway, right? So if we were to be nerdy and very rigorous, like Jay always says, we don't prove all things the same way. And so proof is often the mathematical term. Scientifically, people start to sort of borrow it, but it's actually not accurate to borrow that term as far as a scientific theory is concerned, because more variables could change the theory. But proof of...
If I went on that panel, I would fall asleep.
What did you guys get anything out of that, as far as, because even I got a little bit lost and I liked those topics. But
well, I reject the presumption that you couldn't use external things to prove God. I mean, you just look at nature. I mean, I think there's lots of proof in nature.
Well, it seems to contradict the way they debate too. That's what that's why I'm so fucking confused. It's like they literally debate on the merits of external. I mean,
accidents. That the world is full of accidents. It's in a fallen state. So why would you reject that off top? I mean, you would assume that there's both the fallen world of accidents and there's the ethereal world of ontological transcendence of the logos.
I don't think Jim Bob would have Machino anyway. He was talking about him earlier this morning, saying how he didn't want to debate him.
Yeah, I tried to find that clip. That's why I saw this, because I was trying to find the clip. I heard you earlier say that, and I wanted to see what he was saying about it, because I do actually really I am really trying to get a debate to get had. Really,
Did he mention
that's
me
what I
or
want.
something?
Yeah.
Oh, he mentioned me on his show. No, I didn't.
Yeah,
know.
this morning, like about an hour ago.
Oops.
Right before I
Yeah, that's,
find the clip.
try to find the clip. But yeah, I was trying to grab the StreamYard so you or I or someone could call in and try to actually debate some of the stuff, because if they're so right, I would love to see it, because I generally agree with them about most, but certain little things I have serious questions, and I'm not sure if I am able to postulate it in a way where they won't.
I'm gonna have to bring out that title then. Doodle Bob creates his own fantasy Christian utopia.
I don't know, guys. I've only seen clips of Jim Bob, but I couldn't give a shit less about him. I don't know why. I just don't see anything. I haven't seen a single clip from it that made me want to actually listen to him more. The four people we have on this panel right now, these are the four people I care about most in this. This is my community right now. This is the four people that I give the most of a shit about. And so just having the four. Oh yeah, and somewhere in time, yeah, she's badass. I'm glad she's there in the chat, and but in terms of the people that I want to collaborate with, people that I want to do this shit with, these are the four people that I give a shit about right now. So I don't know. I kind of feel like a lot of these extra these extra guys are.
Well, look at this. Jim Bob works with Jay Dyer. Jay Dyer works with Alex Jones. Alex Jones works with all these other people. You see what I mean? Network clout.
I love Alex Jones. I love Alex Jones to death, but I'm not trying to hook up with Alex Jones though. I'm not. I mean that more than hook up.
What I'm saying is,
staying clear of that.
I'm not trying to connect my thing to Alex Jones thing.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is, we can directly challenge the status quo of truthers, is what I'm getting at. Because
I want to do that. I want to do that, but I want to get us stronger first. I want to get our thing stronger so that we can go with it as a unified front against this kind of shit. I feel like we're still in the growing.
The way we're going to get stronger. The way we're going to get stronger is to pick apart the leading peoples of influence in this circles, is kind of the way. And I'm not saying we have to do it openly, because apparently they don't want to do that. Because I want to understand the ideas that they're promoting, and if there's in it.
Debate.
Well,
and the atheist was like, "You're just afraid your worldview's collapsing," and then the Christian opening was, "Well, you're just afraid your worldview's collapsing."
I do like his thing. I like his little cartoon TV thing. That's fun.
Yeah.
I think I just saw my internet thing go down a little bit.
This is the part where he talks.
Like the little dial thing. So if Christos, that's funny. I actually partially crafted Christos off of a sum of Jack Talcott, Enslaved by Truth. Doesn't even sound fun. Bait this guy. Honestly, if someone's like, you should debate, what's his name? The Machine Lies. It already sounds terrible. Doesn't even sound fun. They're acting like assume I know, they're acting like I know what they're talking about as far as what the topic is. What are you debating? What's there to debate? Amir Hossein Boucheri.
Although it's crazy because the four of us are in four different corners of the earth right now. Gen X Jeff, he's all the way up there in fucking Seattle. Jack, you're in California. I'm in Texas, and you're in Detroit. We're in the four corners of the United States.
To me, is Jack Talcott.
But I'll tell you guys something interesting. Whenever I went into these guys' communities and stuff, I went into the anti-truther community. I went into the weird people and the Orthodox Christians and all that stuff. I got incredibly bad reviews. But then certain members of their audience would be like, let's just go watch this guy's show instead. So then I got a significant portion of their audience, to me significant, because to me 5 to 10 people, that's huge, just going from some place where 90% of the people just disagreed with me, and I got incredibly bad reviews. So, I mean, I think those losses were victories. It just has to go out on a large enough scale, and I continue to go in there and quote unquote lose like that. You know what I mean? So I can steal away some of their audience.
Well,
But
that's what's interesting. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's why they don't want to debate me. But yeah, go ahead, Neural.
No, I was just gonna say, like, that's why I joined your group, basically, is because I more or less agree with most of what. Every time I try to poke holes in it, it kind of doesn't go anywhere. And then I'm like, you don't mind people poking holes in your shit. You want holes poked in your arguments, and so do I. I'm over here instead of over there. Like, I like it, but it's like I don't want to be in an echo chamber. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't want to do that. To me, that's like boring, in my personal opinion.
If you can completely poke all the holes that you need to in an argument I make to the point where I can't argue anymore, then that means my argument sucks, and I need a new argument. You know what I mean? I mean, that means that's what I want. I want someone to come and like dismantle it and be like, what? I have to rethink things, or like either I got to admit that you're right, or I got to rethink things. That's the difference between someone who's really looking for the truth and someone who's just trying to push an agenda.
Yeah,
and I have a question. What is a truther or the truther movement?
It's the people who started basically from 9/11 anti-war movements to all the way to Occupy Wall Street. I think it would be like that era of movements.
What's a truther today then?
Exactly. It's kind of fucked because there's flat earthers, there's QAnon.
Oh my
it's an incredibly diverse group. There's even alien guys in there. So there's.
I'm so sick of flat Earth. I say let's start promoting Donut Earth. How about Donut Earth, right?
I collaborate with them, and the reason is
Donut Earth. Come on, Donut Earth.
No, the reason is because you can't dismiss a model. Anybody who's presented a model of how things work, they're not willing to let that go if you present them with an argumentation, because that's not how those styles of argument, because their belief in that thing is something that is part of their like ideological like mainframe. So you can't really, so you have to come at them a different way. You just have to accept it and then work within their paradigm to talk about what you want to talk about. So because you're not going to convince them today. It's going to take like weeks and weeks. So it's like you let that go for now, and you just go, okay, let me just I'll accept what you're saying within a certain range of possibility, but within it, there's still notable questions that don't necessarily conflict with my worldview. Meaning that there's a lot that we can agree on. And I love that, my professor, Dr. Scribina, he always starts his debates. He starts by saying what he agrees with the person on. So he'll lay out his points of agreement with the other side, and I think that's a beautiful tactic. It's like, well, we have lots in common before we start to disagree. And that's why I find Jim Bob's reaction puzzling and sensitive, to be honest. It displays a lot of sensitivity, almost like you don't want anybody to question your views because it's like, we've admitted that we agree on so many things. I was featured on there for 30 minutes and nothing but agreements, so when he said, I can't form a coherent thought, I also pointed out to him that he'd said previously in his own video that I know a lot about philosophy. And I said, well, you said A, I know a lot about philosophy and I can explain these topics, and B, I can't form a coherent thought. So which one is it? You obviously don't believe what you're saying. You're just afraid of what I'm talking about. So you want to ad hom and do all these things, and that's fine.
Yeah, and I'm okay with ad hom, but let's make it relevant to the subject at hand, and let's like move past it once it's done. You know what I mean? It's like, but that's the thing is like, I understand, like I get muddying the water and all that. Like I'm not saying I agree with it, but I get it. You know what I mean? Like it can be useful rhetorically, and even to question somebody's motives. I mean, obviously we have our own suspicions, but we try to do so. Where we don't know, we just say, well, we're making assumptions because we don't know, right? Like, it's different when you there's a difference when you kind of like acknowledge, like, I don't really know what their motivation is, but all things point to this. Like you said, like, I mean, I consider myself not very intelligent on these subjects, but I'm still willing to engage in the debate because I think my questions will add to the conversation, right? And the things that I do agree on, I also accept I might be wrong on. So, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm going to be more sure of it if we get through that, and I'm going to be less sure of it if people bring up better arguments against it. So, I'm just, I don't know. To me, it's just very odd how.
That's another thing I said to him. I said, so you say you disagree, but you don't know what the topic is. It's like, so what are you disagreeing with? It's hilarious, but yeah, go ahead, Neuro.
No, that's pretty much exactly it. I mean, and again, like, I'm sure that they'll clip this up and say, well, you guys are just talking shit. You're trying to clout chase or whatever. And again, I maybe they're not thinking that, but it's, from this point of view, it does seem that way, which is why I don't hang out there. Not because I'm, hating on them. It's like, if he had open panels and we were talking about theology and these subjects like we used to for the past year, I would be there every day like I was for the past year. I mean, I didn't miss a show. I pretty much missed like maybe 3 or 4 shows in the past year before I, started following, going with you on these different panels and like getting into the deeper topics, and I would hope that he would do that again. And again, I'm not saying that he shouldn't go do what he's doing now. I think that there could be, utility in the style that he's doing things. I'm just saying, like, to me, it's not particularly interesting to me to go and troll people on TikTok. I mean, I think that some of those interactions are probably interesting, but I don't think most of the people on TikTok are really going to get into the subjects that we're getting into, right? So I don't know. That's just my perspective.
Yeah, I'm the same. TikTok has no appeal to me at all. Partly for those reasons.
It's a good way to reach out to people. Like, if we can get some clips up in there, that'd be good. But like, I don't want to be a TikToker, as they say. But and not because I have anything against it. I just don't see I just don't have. It just seems like it's not made for me.
I'm thinking of making a Facebook page and then streaming on YouTube and on Facebook.
I do that too, but I hardly get any engagement on Facebook. But that's because I'm using my normal page. If you do a public facing page, it could be different.
Yeah. I actually did some streaming on Facebook while I was joining Jim Bob's panels, and we got some traction, but so like, if you think YouTube's anonymous, like, strangely Facebook was more anonymous. Like the people didn't really, the people engaging, it was even less knowable if they're even real people at the end. And that's kind of why I found Facebook kind of strange. Like, and now I'm finding the same thing on YouTube, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it's it's hard to know, like, literally who's a real person, who's not at this point.
Yeah,
I'm really starting to see like some advantage in looking on Rumble and some of the other alternative.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I talked to a streamer friend that uses Rumble, and he recommended against it. He says it's a big Ponzi scheme and not even bother. Yeah.
Odyssey.
The only people that really make money on Rumble are the people that Rumble pays.
Odyssey seems a little bit better, but I don't know for sure.
That's a little bit of a I think the reason is because Rumble and Odyssey, they run on some kind of Bitcoin thing. So that's why I think people think it's a Ponzi scheme, because they have their own like little digital currency involved in.
Odyssey is literally built. I found it's literally built on the library platform. I used to work for Library. 2-3 years ago, I used to work for them. I used to run their Twitter page. and
Wow.
like they've come a long way, man. Like they're old. What I guess what they turned Odyssey into? It used to be what did it used to be called, Lindsay?
Is that the one with Nick Fuentes on the front page?
Yeah, but it was maybe not. Maybe actually that might have been Entropy. That was Entropy, I think. That was Entropy Stream. Entropy Stream was the one with Nick Fuentes.
Okay.
Odyssey. Whenever I used to work for them, they used to have like this. They used to have this really like shitty. Man, it was a bad interface. It like you could upload the trick was that you upload anything you uploaded to their blockchain. You basically you help mine the blockchain by uploading things to it. That was kind of a cool idea, right? But and you couldn't nothing could be taken down from it because it was a blockchain. But at the same time, it was the shittiest interface ever known to man, and you couldn't find anything on it. And there was just tons of porn on it. It was just you couldn't search it well. It was bad. But they've really come a long way. Since they fired me anyway. They got bought out by another company and like all this other thing. I mean, all I did was run their Twitter page. I didn't have any shit to do with the way they ran their shit. So I mean, it didn't matter to me. All I did was make memes. I made memes 3 or 4 times a week and put up stuff about this and that. So I think they deleted the whole Twitter page too. So all my memes and everything I made are gone. I made some good memes too, man. I made some good memes back in the day. I made some meme formats I was proud of. But anyway,
I talked to a brother today who is in contact with some notable underground artists. I think Mr. Dibbs. Have you ever heard of Mr. Dibbs?
I've heard of him, but
yeah, he's excellent DJ. I think I'm thinking of including him in our music project because he wants to do a little music project too. A friend I made named Ragamuffin Vision. I'll send you his channel.
Ragamuffin Vision, like is he a fan of Rich Mullins from back in the day?
I don't know where he got his name. Is that a common?
There used to be this Christian artist named Rich Mullins. He used to call himself. It was Rich Mullins and the Ragamuffin Band, and he was this really cool hippie kind of dude. He never wore shoes anywhere. He was always barefoot, and his music, even though it was really like gospel focused, but it was really good at the same time. I used to cover one of his songs like all the time. That was called Jacob and the Two Women. That was just like the Bible story of Jacob, but it was like it kind of like really like zeroed in like how fucked up it was. It was a really good song. It has one of the most heartbreaking lines I've ever heard in any song ever. It's a really good song.
I don't know why there's that lag on my camera. It's tripping me out. I'm gonna. Okay, it's gone.
I mean, like, dude, do you know any? I mean, I don't really know the first thing about Detroit. Do you know like live venues in your area? Could you get into like a live? Could you set up something at a live venue in your area? Because man, I'd travel out there and help you like put together a live show. We can put together something and like put together some crazy live show out there and do like the first like do the Machine Lives.
If we get a good audience going on the live streams, I'll definitely look into it.
I don't know anymore, but man, back in the day, I was the master of grassroots promotion, dude. I used to promote shows for my band that had no fan base. No one ever heard of us before because we never played before. We've never put any albums out, and I'd get 500 people to show up to a show.
Yeah, imagine how easy it would be on a live stream. You'd literally say, "Look, this is the venue. This is how much money we need. You guys help us pay for the venue. We'll show up there. You guys can show up for free, basically. And everybody who didn't pay for the venue has to pay to get in. Like $5.
Free drink.
Welcome somewhere.
Welcome somewhere in time. We're so happy to have you back. So happy to have you back. It was lovely last time.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Is there?
Yeah.
Do I have an echo?
No, you're good. You're good.
Are you sure? Is it me?
Somewhere can be our first dancer for our stage shows.
We'll work on it. Hi, everyone up there on the Chris and NeuroJack and TML.
Mm-hmm.
Pleased to meet you.
Once again, great to see you again.
I'm gonna hang out and listen to you. You guys are going.
Okay, and just pop in whenever you want.
Yeah. Don't be shy. Just hop in there and just take it over. When you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no, I think the live events are great. I mean, I play guitar. I'll jump out guitar or like do some punk shit or something like, or do some like I actually want to do like a mix of like improv, music, debate, like you know what I mean, like a mixed show, like of shit like that, like
Yeah.
that
That's what
like
I'm talking about. That's what live magazine's about. It's gonna be planned. It's gonna be a planned thing where like everything. It's gonna have an order to it. I don't want it to be like. I don't want it to be completely chaotic because I want people to come and feel like they got a good show. Because I've been to chaotic things like that where they didn't have a plan and it feeling like it all fell apart. You know,
safety has to be one for sure. Like 100%, safety has to be number one.
Yeah, and but like basically, it would start out, like have some opening music, from one other band would play some opening music as like the host would come out. Like we talk about what we talked about the editorial for the day, and like each show would have a theme, right? So each show would have a theme, like I don't know. Think of something kind of off the top of your head. Something kind of off kilter, like a theme like community or something like that, or it could be a theme like the circus or whatever. And so every single thing is going to jump off of that, and it's gonna be a magazine. It's gonna be just like a magazine like you would see in a store, but it's gonna be live. You're gonna see some music, you're gonna see some comedy, you're gonna see some people that are gonna come do those like spoken word shit. You're gonna see all this stuff, and it's gonna be something like you've never, because people don't do shit like this. People don't do, and like people we're gonna live stream. Of course, the whole thing's gonna be on cameras. We're going to live stream the whole thing, and it's also going to be like, recorded on the internet all the time so people can go back and watch it anytime. I mean, if we come with really good ones, we could tour the thing. We could do one in each city. We could do like, every city's going to have a different show.
Like Angel mix. Chris Angel meets Dead Kennedys, meets like live truther psycho panels,
And
Take out the
Oktoberfest.
Chris Angel out of it. Take the Chris Angel out of it, just because I don't like the connotation there.
Yeah, he's no good.
I'm just joking, but you get the idea.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm just joking. No, I think it'd be like a combination of like, let's say like, you got like a stand-up comedian, like you've got like what's his name? I don't know. See, my favorite stand-up is probably like a Paul F. Tompkins. You get like a Paul F. Tompkins, and because he does a lot.
Oh, he's hilarious. Yeah, he's hilarious. Yeah.
I'd love to do have like a Paul F. Tompkins type stand-up, and I'd like to have a sketch. I like the whole thing to kind of be held together by the sketch comedy type thing. I'd like in the middle of like the live musical performances. I had this real strong vision once at point that band I just talked to you guys about, like Pure Paranoia. I wrote out a whole live magazine thing, like it was going to be featuring them as the musical performance, and like we're going to build like a stage studio that looked like the Seinfeld set, and it was going to like they were going to come in at some point and start playing on that, and like we're going to have like this like weird Seinfeld like meta Seinfeld sketch, and we're going to involve the audience and all this shit. And, like it was just like I'd have to find the script for it. It was pretty crazy, but I used to do this shit back in the day, like back even like small towns. I did this thing back whenever I was like 20 called the Kentucky Nightmare Christmas Spectacular starring Kentucky Nightmare. Kentucky Nightmare was the name of my band that I had with my friend Lee, and the whole thing was just we had 4 bands, and we had this crazy like sketch thing that ran through it that was about like Kentucky Nightmare Saves Christmas. It was like a week before Christmas. And like we had like this whole thing about how the Easter Bunny was like this evil like wrestler type character, and he was like taking over Christmas. And he would like come out the stairs and pelt people with presents. The presents were all like wrapped pieces. They're all like wrapped tissue paper and stuff like that. And like the whole thing ended with Jello wrestling between the real Santa Claus and I mean, it was just insane. It was just absolute absurd insanity, And we had 300 people show up for that thing. 300 people paying $10 a pop. I mean, I gave every bit of that money to the venue. I didn't take a dime off of it. It was all about trying to build community back then, and it didn't really build much past that. A lot of people didn't get it, but if we had like a weird voiceover, I had this friend of mine do like a weird voiceover that would sound like the Duke of Hazzard type thing, where like they would talk about the old Kentucky Nightmare boys, like they were. It was crazy shit. I'm an insane person when it comes to live shows, and like I always want to do them. I want to take that line. I want to take that and put it online as like a part of like a big live thing, and eventually I want to, you know, want to channel that into a place where like the kind of shit can happen all the time. That's my dream. That's my dream. So that's I'm not saying that has to happen. I'm just saying that's my dream. You know, that's if I could have it, if I could do anything I want to do, that's what I would do.
Guerrilla podcasting.
And there would be and we would use that same place to do education and do like a school type thing too, where we could teach people how to make their own movies, how to make their own shows, how to put on these things, how to do guerrilla fucking like guerrilla podcasting, guerrilla filmmaking, guerrilla live shows. You know, I want to show people how to make things without having to go through the proper channels, and also how to go through the proper channels. You know? I really believe that there is a place in this world for people like us to make things, and I don't think that there's enough people that are facilitating it. You know, I'm sorry, I get passionate. I'm sorry, I got overly passionate there. I got like worked up, so like I'll shut up now.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you looking to gather everyone online and actually meet in person and create this space, or are you thinking about online?
I would love it if everyone would be like, hey, like we've all decided that we're all going to go meet in Vegas or something like that, and we're all going to go live there. I would love that, but I don't expect that. So like, yeah, online is fine right now. You know, I think eventually it's going to require us all to move to the same space and work at from a central location. I don't believe that that's possible right now. So I'm just looking at what's possible and trying to work with what's possible.
I am the mind freak.
No.
The mind freak? Oh. What did Chris Angel do that's equivalent to this? I'm curious.
Well, I like his man on the street shit. Like I like him going out and doing like live like.
I like David Blaine way better in terms of that kind of shit.
Oh no, I know. I but like his cringe level like definitely did aid him in reaching a large audience. Like trust me, I never would have watched it like that, but
I'd love to do like a Nick Kroll type parody of Mind Freak though. Did you ever see Nick Kroll's parodies of that shit?
Yeah, I saw the Mime Freak, and that's like one of my favorite parodies of anything.
Like was that what he called? Was Mind Freak? I thought Mind Freak was actually Chris Angel's thing. Like Nick Kroll
mime. MIME.
Oh.
Yeah, check out
on Kroll Show. Kroll Show did like this whole thing where he was like, I can't remember what he had like a group. It was like him and their guy, and they did like the mind explosion, and they did this insane. Oh man, you gotta go back and find some Nick Kroll Show episodes. They're pretty funny.
Mind Freak is a lot better.
All on my Plex server. If anybody wants access to my Plex server, let me know. I will give you access to my Plex server.
And we have a lot on there.
I have all old TV shows, all shit like that, like anything like that you want to see.
Yeah.
Like,
by the way,
everything on my Plex server.
If you want, you can put it on my server because I keep losing all the links. I'll give you like a whole page. You can just like add all your links to the page, so it's there. We don't have to look for it every time.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and then if you start your own or something, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, I'll host it on mine because not many people's in there, and you won't get.
No, I have the only people on my Plex server are me and my family and Jeff. That's it. So my Plex server has been I've had it running for like 3 years. So I've got a Netflix's worth of movies that are all kind of curated, and I've got like more TV shows that they don't the TV shows they don't have anywhere else.
I just got reminded. I wanted to ask Jeff, are you interested in doing any more debates? Because I think that actually your arguments about Israel and stuff like that, I think actually your arguments are some of the most interesting arguments. And I'm not saying it has to be about that, but I'm just saying, for example.
Oh, go ahead. They're not really arguments. I'm just pulling them off of Wikipedia and Encyclopedia Britannica and the historical sources. It's more like just history. I'm arguing for historical facts that you can find anywhere.
No, I know. But my basic question is, I'm just saying, like, would you be interested to debate or do like more stuff like that? Because like I was surprised that you never got back on Crucible, and now Machine won't get back on Crucible. hesitant to even try.
I mean, I would. Depends on who it was. I don't think I'd try to debate with somebody like Andrew anymore. We tried that once. He's not there. I do dialectic better than I do debate. Like people that can have rational conversations and lay out the facts and follow the evidence where it leads. Andrew tries to win and score points, rhetorical points, rather than figure out the truth of a situation.
Yeah, I guess my overall question is: I would join the debates, but I would have to know like the moderator's not going to be like, insane or something. But as long as that's the case, I would join.
I'll try it. I could always, if it crashes, we could always end it. But I would try it. Just I don't know if there's point in trying it with somebody like Andrew. Even Paul and I tried to have that discussion a few times, and we just ended up talking over each other and working from different sets of facts.
It might be worth it. It might be worth it if it was like to raise the profile of what we're trying to do, but I don't really see the point at this point. It seems like everyone's already super set in what they're trying to do, and like it doesn't seem like anybody has any.
I'm always ready to discuss and.
Well, no, what I'm saying is more like a focused, start off in debate and then open panel, and then maybe, kind of like how Machine he starts off with a topic, then we go into panel, and then if two people get into it, you kind of like isolate them, let them go, and then
Yeah, we could. I did that a few times too.
Right now, I'm trying really hard to reach out to different channels. I'm trying hard to reach out to Blair White, Sydney Watson. I got a response back from their old advocate, but she hasn't responded since then. And I got a response. I haven't gotten a response yet from Ida Paladin, but
there is an echo, and I'm pretty sure it's from somewhere.
I'm trying hard to get some bigger people to come.
I was just going to add.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry. I was just going to add that TML already has a really good platform. That he's already kind of starting a really good platform as far as a mixture of variety of things going on. And he just needs to kind of maybe mold that, and then you guys can maybe ride the coattails.
Well,
he's pretty good.
Yeah, my problem is the troll. There's so many people on there that I won't even bother going on when they're on. And so it's hit. I go on when I can. But lately I've been showing up, and it's just Illumitami for 3 hours or that Smith guy, and there's no point in being on a panel with them. You're not going to get to talk.
Well, Machine, would you be open? Would you be open to having between the 4 or 5 of us? Would you be open to having a council meeting off council and deciding on some ground rules that we could all abide by, that we could live with? That in order to try to grow the community more.
I don't even know if I want rules.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't like telling people to do their stream.
I don't like the idea of doing it either. But
I think what it is the clips will really do what they need to do, because not all of the content is usable. But I have to let Tommy come in because there's just no way. There's just no way to.
No, here's my idea.
He ruins every stream he goes on. He takes an elevated conversation and he takes it down into the.
But his ability to do that is masterful.
No,
I don't want someone doing that to your stream.
I think if I could if you could put Tommy somewhere as a ticking time bomb, and just have him go off, that's really a good plan, and I think that the more I build trust with somebody like Tommy, then I may be able to deploy a Tommy.
No, I agree. I agree with that assessment, by the way, because I think Tommy is a troll, but he's a good faith troll, which is rare. And so for me, that's my perspective. But here's my solution. It's almost like a 2-state solution or 3-state solution. I think that we should sometimes stream at the same time, and we kind of promote each other's channels where we have 3 or 4 open chat rooms, and we can kind of jump in or listen into different rooms, and even the host can jump back and forth while other people are talking. And you get what I'm saying? We kind of promote each other's stuff, and we all get more numbers that way. And because, like, for me, I want to start producing shows, not because I want to promote my own channel, but because I think I can curate a panel in a different way that might invite other people who are more interested in a more private setting to kind of engage, and then I can learn from those people and then bring that to the larger panels as well. You see what I mean? Like, I'm saying that we should do like feedback loops with each other is kind of my idea.
I like that.
If somebody says like, okay, in the morning there's the Benton show, then after the Benton show, go check out the Gen X Jeff stream, and then after the Gen X Jeff stream, go check out the Jack Talcott show, and then after the Jack Talcott show, maybe the Machine Lies is going to be on, or something.
That's
like
why
that.
we wanted
that's the calendar.
Website with a calendar, like a little TV.
It'll be like something like that. But see, everybody involved has to want to do that and be like a type of thing together, and then like or it has to be that way. But essentially, it's good that everyone's show is fucking different because, like,
absolutely, I don't agree. I don't think everyone should be the same.
Yeah, because it's like, because it makes it.
If we talk to Illumitami, if we talk to him off stream, right? We talk to him a bit like, look, dude. I see your value, right? But like sometimes when you come on the streams and you just take over and you just and become calling kind of things, it's disruptive and it kind of kills streams. Like could you
That's not going to stop him from acting that way and doing the meth, which partly is what causes.
I think it's a good type.
I think you'll have a very idealistic view
because there's certain people he gets a problem with. That maybe
is there still an echo, Canuck? I thought it was coming from somewhere in time.
I haven't heard any echoes. I haven't heard a single echo.
Hello.
Are you still here?
Are you sure you don't have like? Are you in the backstage and you're also on?
No, he's not backstage.
He's up backstage. Okay.
Are you welcome to come up?
Do you have two YouTube windows open? Because like I don't hear an echo at all.
No, I just heard it when somewhere was on. But...
Does that fix it? Great.
She's muted.
Yeah, she's muted. Yeah.
My microphone's on now.
Oh.
Look at that. Hello.
Yeah,
testing,
I'm here.
testing.
Yeah,
1 2 1 2.
Echo.
Okay, everybody mute one by one. One by one, we'll all mute.
Hello.
Hello. Test. Echo.
It's not me. So.
And me? Hello. It's me.
Hello.
Yeah.
Is it me?
the guy who wanted to test it. The one who smelled it dealt it. Huh?
I only hear it when somewhere is off mute.
Hey, Chris,
it's your voice because you're the one talking.
Let me see. Is it still there?
Chris is the undercover troll. All
Canuck is saying it's Chris.
Is it still there? See, we still hear it. I don't hear it myself now.
Chris, derailer, saturina,
I mean, I'll go back to my headphones. It's just that Lindsay can't hear him then.
I'm just joking with you.
And we thought about doing that machine, having a website with a streaming schedule and having people that want to participate list their streams. And we also thought about having a separate YouTube channel that everybody can stream to.
Because I don't know if you guys saw like 2 days ago on the Benton stream, he had me host his show. His show.
Ben's not somebody I would want to try to work with. He's very prickly lately.
But he's always like that. But see, that's part of the key is. Wait, what? Were you saying something, Neuro?
Oh no, I was just saying. Benton impressed me on your last stream because he seemed to be picking up on some weirdness that. I mean, I think that he kind of excuses other people of the same thing he was talking about, but
yeah, that's what
I did appreciate that he was noticing some patterns there.
Yeah, and he might be noticing them more and more. I think he's just generally ingratiated to that crowd that kind of trolls us, you know. So that it's just because they helped him start his like kind of career there, you know, on the live streams. So it's not a big deal or anything, you know. But I do think that was I don't know. It was just a very kind gesture. He's just like, oh, go ahead and just take over my stream.
but I think that's good. I think that we should start doing that kind of stuff where we kind of like help each other. Like, let's say that we're feeling off and we're like, hey, can you start the stream for me or for like the first 30 minutes and cover whatever you want to cover? Then I'll come in and, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's a good way of doing it because we cross promote, we cross streams, and then I think also like if one of us does break out of our little gulag here, that it kind of gives us a stepping stone. Whoever it may be, you know what I mean? And like even like Jim Bob was talking today, oh, Crucible's about to break through a certain threshold and he'll probably be on Timpool and maybe I'll be on Timpool. And I'm not saying we should have that as our goal, but what I'm saying is I think that what they're doing of going off tandem with each other is a smart strategy. And I think that we should consider that, you know, maybe not in the exact form of that, but I think that in a way that it would be helpful.
We are stronger if we can present a unified community.
Yeah, I have no problem with going on Timpool or something like that, but that's not my goal. Like, I mean, it's fine. Like, I don't have any issue with it. I have no problem with like cross promoting to things like that. But I don't. My goal is not to go on Timpool. Is not to go on like is not to go on these bigger platforms. I really think that we have something special with our platform, our group here. I really feel like we're the 4 or 5 horsemen of the apocalypse right now, and like we have a way to really like to do something that's unique that hasn't been done so far in this space before. I really do.
Yeah.
Everyone is welcome to disagree with me. I am not 100% like, I'm not just someone who's right about everything. I don't think that I'm right about everything. So
I like all of these ideas so far, actually. If we refine them into something that works for everybody.
I just have one comment on Tommy. He's definitely a statement of this particular, if you want to call, community that bops from all these channels that everybody's hooking up with. So it's kind of hard to just say, oh, we're going to brush that aside. I just don't think that's workable if you're going to try and build this particular community.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
No, and Tommy's actually, look, I'll say this about Tommy. Tommy has a purpose behind what he's doing. It may not be clear.
That's right.
But he does have a purpose, and I don't think it's as nefarious as
it is clear as day to me that Tommy has a method behind his madness. Definitely he is I think a lot of his outrage is manufactured for certain to get certain effect going. And to that end, I think it's rather interesting. His contribution is rather interesting, because
Tommy's just one example. There's a whole collection.
Yeah, because he plays this kind of like loose cannon, like Joker, a Joker pilled, kind of thing. And he could go off on any minute for any reason. And
I'll say I have never encountered Tommy on the level that like Jeff has encountered Tommy on the level I've never encountered him on. I mostly have seen Tommy mostly being pretty civil, but Jeff has definitely encountered him on a level that I have not seen.
Like there's 9 out of 10 times Tommy's on a stream, he's at the level of the counter.
I'll tell you why, because he's being trolled.
You're just watching the brief little streams with him acting halfway normal. But if you give it time and catch him on another stream an hour later, you're gonna see Tommy I've been seeing, and it's all over the stream.
He's getting trolled by 5 or more communities.
Tommy's responsible for his actions. There's a huge.
I think Somewhere was going to say something about it.
And my standard is ability for people to come on here and have conversations. That is why Tommy is never coming on my show, because that is not compatible with my goal of facilitating conversation.
I think Tommy would do well on your channel, actually.
Tommy's not coming on here. Yeah, exactly what Canuck said.
Well, we're all trolling. We're all trolls to somebody. Let's just be honest about that.
Yeah, but at least we let each other talk.
That's a good point.
Conversation can happen even between the trolling.
I mean, I might make jokes. I don't feel like I'm particularly a troll to anybody. Who am I a troll to?
Well, one man's troll is another man's philosopher, is it not? You know.
Okay.
You know,
well, that's fair
Socrates
enough.
was a
Fair
troll.
enough.
Hey, put that on a bumper sticker or a T-shirt.
Yeah, Socrates was a troll.
Oh,
It'll say that
that's
on the
true.
back. You know.
Let me see. I was trying to like. I was gonna throw something up here, like just say like if you guys want to support like my part of the stream, like I'm not asking for I don't have I don't have a Patreon or anything like that. The only thing I have right now to support my family right now is a Poshmark where I'm trying to sell all. I used to have a store and I'm trying to sell all my stuff. I'm trying to sell the stuff that we used to have. I'm trying to sell it really cheap. I'll take it. So if any guys out there, if you guys want to take a look at my my Poshmark closet and buy some stuff to support my part of it, I would be very happy about that. And I hope that's not too shilly for you guys, but like I this is like the only way I have this like support our bills and stuff right now. So is that okay? Do you guys have a problem with that?
Send me some links on my
yeah, Jeff, can you put it in your
Maybe you can hand sign them or something.
Yeah, I'll hand sign them if you
Jeff,
want.
can
I'll
you
do whatever
link
you
it?
want. Just tell me what you want to do. There it is. It's right there in the thing. It's just Poshmark. It's just like it's just simple as that can be. Everything I have in there is new, or it's been like it might be like it. A couple of things are from a pawn or from a not pawn shop, from a thrift store. But almost all the stuff is stuff I bought new back when I used to have an online store. I used to have a professional online store, and then COVID killed it. So I'm trying to get rid of all this online store stuff. So like I have a lot of nice stuff in there. There's only 200 items in there right now. I used to have like 1,400 items on my old my Poshmark, but most of the stuff got destroyed by flooding. So there's anything on there that you see that you think you'd want, like just email me. I mean, hell, I'll give you most of the stuff. I'm trying to get out of my house first of all, foremost, because like I've got too much stuff sitting around. So like, please, like just like any guys here on the screen, please by all means just say like, hey, I want that. I'll send it to you. I don't give a shit, and I just want to get rid of this stuff.
I'm new at this whole backstage and looking at the chat, so I'm not able to look at this and actually click on a link. So I'm just asking, possibly, Jeff, if you can put it when the stream is over in your Dropbox there, where I can go to it after and perhaps click on it and proceed.
Well, if you go to private chat, it's clickable in private chat. It's
I'm so sorry. I'm technically not with you right now. I have to catch up, guys.
And someone connect me with Somewhere. I'll invite her to the Discord. And
He put it in the main. Can you see it in the main chat?
I'm going to go over there right now. Let me go.
If you can just copy and paste that in there. I mean, it's not a big deal, guys. It's seriously like don't feel obligated to. But if you see something there you want, just like I mean, it's literally just stuff that's sitting in piles and piles and boxes of my old store. So like I'm trying to get it out of my storage unit, and I'm trying to like at the same time trying to like pay our bills. So if it's not like if it's not too much trouble, if you guys look through it, there's only 200 items on there. So I've got lots of really nice stuff from really nice brands. So like just it's not a big deal. I really appreciate it. I feel like a complete shilling like that, but like it is what it is.
No,
so.
own it. I mean, there's Poshmark's a legitimate thing, and you used to own a store. Oh, I like this one with the Satan face.
Yeah, I mean, I've got lots of really cool that's not a girl's thing. That's the little satanic that Obey propaganda star thing, man. Yeah, no, that's just Obey. That's Obey, the company that Shepard Fairey started. I wore that on stream. I wore that on stream like a few weeks ago.
Oh right,
yeah. A lot of that stuff I mean is, and I've got tons more of this stuff. I just haven't had time to put online. So like, I mean, I've got tons of stuff on here. Like I said, like it's like everything from preppy to like to streetwear to everything else like that. If you guys like see anything you like, just please, just message me personally, especially if you're friends of the show, friends of mine. I'm not trying to like rip anybody off. I will pretty much give it away. I don't care about making money off of it. I'm trying to get it out.
Well,
the
you
door.
should care. You're trying to pay your bills and support your family.
Yeah, but I'm family first. I always am. I'm always family first. So
So anyway, but I really would appreciate it.
We might.
Lindsay reminded me to put that stuff up online, put that stuff up there. So like I was like, yeah, you're right. I need to do that. I need to put that stuff up there because.
But not to give it away.
There's a moon and a cross and a cross. Looks like Islam.
I saw that in black.
I wore that on stream. I didn't wear that one on stream. I wore a different one on stream just not that long ago. It's Black Scale. It's this company. I'm actually wearing a Black Scale tank top right now. They make really nice stuff. It's an LA boutique brand, and all their stuff is all like kind of like, it's not necessarily Satanist, but it's like anti-establishment anti-Christian kind of stuff. And I used to collect it a lot. So there's a lot. I have a lot more of that stuff that's in storage. I haven't gotten out yet. So yeah, I mean, anything you see like that, man, like, I mean, just let me know. I'd be happy to if you spread it to anybody else like that. If I could manage to like make because I only have so much, but I'm not going to buy more. So anything you see like that you want to that you want to buy, just let me know. My house is a disaster because is filled with all the store stuff, and I have a storage unit filled with stuff too. And when the store closed, I just had to move it all somewhere, So
get your anti-Christian merchandise here, folks.
And from an actual someone who thinks of themselves a Gnostic Christian. So, I mean, like I don't. But
yeah, just rebranded as Gnostic Christian merchandise.
Well, look what my name is. I'm satiric iconoclast. I'm all about iconoclasm.
I gotta send you the link from my the talk I had with London McLovin yesterday, because we talked about Gnosticism. Because I mentioned the Nag Hammadi Gnostic library there, where he talks about the Hydra. I think you would be interested in that presentation there. But I do have to run, guys, because it's sundown now. So I have to pray, and then I gotta go to the store. And I think I'm gonna be running this on the Talcott show. So I'm gonna be on that show later, talking about conditioning. So yeah. So I'll be out there later.
Give me a Discord call later, man. Leave me a Discord later. We'll talk about what you want to talk about earlier. Give me a Discord call anytime. Like I don't ever have Discord closed. So if I don't answer, it's just I didn't hear it. So I'll call you right back.
Thank you. Yeah, Chris and Neuro, I'll talk to you guys soon. Gen X Jeff, it's always a pleasure talking to you, my brother. And hit me up if you need anything. Or if you want to talk at any time, somewhere in time. You have a blessed day, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining this panel and for checking out my work. I always pray for you. Thank you so much. Bless you.
Absolutely, you are a pleasure. Absolutely, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, you as well. Have a blessed one, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Take care, Machine.
Jeff, I just text one thing, but I'm not able for some reason to get into the messages. And then it wanted me to go into some StreamYard and download it. And then it said, try again, like I lost connection. Yeah, really weird. So I'm back here just pushing like chat. I can see, but I'm not able to push on the link. So what I was asking, if possibly when this is over and you just post it, it's posted, if you could link it in the messages area, and then I can look into this gentleman's stuff and maybe I can help him. Okay, thank you so much.
Are you on Discord? Are you on Discord summertime?
I think I don't even know, but when I pushed on the chat and then I wanted to go in there, it just said join. And then when I pushed join, it took me to an area that all of a sudden it just said try again.
Hold, let me see if I can send you a link to which Discord should I send a link to Jeff? Should I send a link over to the Center Holds or to one of the back porch or something like that?
There's still that echo. Are you?
Let me jump off and I'll deal with you. I'll go in the regular channel.
I'm on headphones. I don't think I could be echoing.
It's somewhere.
Yeah, I'm on an iPhone and headphones, and let me jump off and I'll go in the regular message.
Okay.
How's that sound? Okay. You guys have a great night, Chris.
Honestly, the echo doesn't bother me, so it doesn't bother me either way. So I don't care.
All right, I'm going to put it in the YouTube chat.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great night. Yes, nice meeting you.
You too. It was good to see you again.
Yeah, have a great night.
If you can't access it from there, just type in the chat and we'll figure something out.
Okay, sounds great. Sounds great. You guys have a great night too.
You too.
All right, you too.
Yeah, we should have some kind of little meeting, council meeting. Because we talk about I'm a doer, I'm an action person. We've talked about this for months, but I'd like to get started actually doing some of it. Whether it's the website, the branding, the scheduling, the second YouTube channel, some kind of action on it.
I mean, for that matter, if any of you guys have clothes you want to sell, you can send them to me, and I'll put them up on the Poshmark, and we can all sell them together if you want. I'll send you the money for it. I am 100% open to collaboration on every level. I am a collaborative person by nature. I always have been. I didn't used to be until I started working with until I worked with I started working with my friend who I just got back to Thomas. I got to get in touch with him probably tonight or so. He's supposed to be calling me. He's the guy that I made that short quarter 38 with, and he taught me the power of collaboration, because before him I was very auteur minded. I thought the auteur was the method by all things, but he was very he was an asshole to me in the best way possible. And he cut me down to size really, really quickly and showed me where my flaws were. And I got better and I got better and I got better until the point where I was a real finely honed writing machine. And it turned me into the writer that I am today. And I love Thomas to death for that. I mean, there's one thing I can do, and I'll say this to anybody. There's one thing I can do, as I can write like hell. I can write circles around most people. Whenever I put my mind to it, I can write something better than anybody else can. I really do believe that. I really do believe that I'm one of the best writers and I won't say this about anything else. I won't say this about anything else, but I do believe that when it comes to writing, I'm one of the best. I've never gotten recognition for it by any means, but my writing has barely ever gotten out there. But when it comes to writing about anything, I can write really, really, really well. I understand everything from structure to character to dialogue in a really deep way. And I mean, that sounds conceited, but I won't say that about anything else but my life. I'm not conceited about anything else but my writing. And
write us a business plan and/or a website.
And business plan, something that's the one thing I don't have the most experience with, but I am going to write a business plan.
I have the worksheet. It's a template, and all you do is go through and answer the questions. So you can write the answers to the questions in a form that would resonate.
No, send that to me.
Yes, maybe me and Jack can collaborate on that, because I know Jack knows a little bit about that too. And because I just haven't done a business plan for 5 years. But when it comes but writing fiction, writing screenplays, writing scripts for things is something that's it's in my bones. I did it for 20 years, and I just have that it's just something that I'm just good at, and I won't toot my horn on anything else. I won't toot my horn. I won't say that I'm a great podcaster. I won't say that I'm great at this or that. I will say that when it comes to writing, especially screenwriting, I am damn good at it. And I'll be happy to send anybody some of my old. I recently very happily found a whole bunch of my old screenwriting, my old screenplays. I thought that they were gone forever, and I found a cache of them buried deep within inside Google Docs. I found several layers deep in Google Docs. I found a cache of my old screenplays, and I am so thrilled that I found them. I don't know how up to date they are yet. I haven't looked at them yet, but I will be happy to send those to anybody who wants to see, just to see a sample of what I can do. But I mean, I think I really do believe. I mean, but you, Jeff, me, Jack, and TML. I don't know why. I don't have a conscious a logical reason for it, but I feel like we're the four horsemen here.
We're the ones that are we're the ones that are going to usher in this. And apocalypse doesn't mean like the end of the world. Apocalypse means an overwhelming, lasting change. That's what apocalypse means. It means a revelation. Yes, and that's what I believe that we're of the people that we are heading into. So I really do think that there's a and somewhere in time said that was Chris's side or Neuro's kind of confused. It's probably Neuro's because I don't have I certainly do not have a what do you call it? I don't have a Discord. I never created one. So if you joined a Discord, it's got to be Neuro's, and it usually would say something.
Chris's.
So yeah, it's definitely not mine, but you know, that's okay.
Sorry if you guys were talking to me, I didn't hear you. I was doing some kid stuff. So.
You're listening to good stuff. What good stuff are you listening to?
Oh no, I'm dealing with the kid stuff.
Oh. Kid stuff. No, I understand, man.
Like changing diapers.
Being a dad.
Dude, I'm doing the dad thing on stream all the time. I understand. You don't gotta explain to me. I'm always sitting here. I'm always going off camera to like change a diaper. Like that's just part of my.
I see you doing the baby gymnastics with the You're like a jungle gym for your kid. I like that.
I have been sick as a dog this whole weekend. I have been coughing, and I still don't feel great right now. But talking to people like you, like the four of you guys, like having this conversation, man, it energizes me in a way I cannot even explain. It makes me feel like it just makes me feel like a hope, a forward momentum that. I was feeling that because I last night I put out emails to Blair White. I put out emails to Sydney Watson. I put emails to anybody new that's in this area, that might be interested in that might respond. And I don't expect them to respond right away. They might not. The Dadvocate girl, she responded to me right away, and then she didn't respond to me again, which makes me think maybe she saw our content and she didn't want to participate, and that's okay. You can't win them all, but I believe we're gonna get some. We're gonna partner up with some people that are a little bigger than us and to help. Get,
I think that's why we have to really curate a channel where a lot of it is a little bit too wild for a lot of people.
Right, I'll tell you right now, the people that I can curate and bring in are not gonna be involved with anything with Toilet Bowl or Tommy or people like that on it.
Well, we don't have. I'm talking about this channel. The only thing I'm mentioning anything is this channel. I'm not talking about TML or anything like that. So we don't have to. We don't have to worry about
just all the more reason not for me to include him.
No, I mean I wouldn't.
Y'all were trying to make the argument of Tommy's value and everything, but I see way more value in keeping.
Not on this channel. Not on this channel. I mean I can see
Tommy's value.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying Tom. But I'm saying I get why Machine Lies has him up.
Yeah, but he has different purpose for his stream and everything. And Tommy plays into that. I don't. I want people to be able to talk.
I think I see Tommy. I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the thing is, what I'm saying, if I had Tommy on my stream. I
personally think people are enabling. They're exploiting and enabling a mentally ill meth head for their own purposes, and it's not helping him. And I don't know how much it's helping the stream, but apparently it is if the numbers are going up.
I mean, overall, I see a pattern that's evolving that I don't personally I don't particularly understand yet, but I with what TML is doing with Tommy, if TML just needs to rein it in a little bit. That's all. He just needs to rein him in.
He's obviously not going to, and it's his stream, but he's not doing anything different than anyone else is doing with Tommy.
Maybe so. I think I can see a use for a Tommy. TBE I see no use for. I can see a use for Tommy. I don't see it for use for an R stream. I don't see a use for it in general in the community. But I do see a use for a bulldog every now and then. But it's just it just needs to be a different platform.
I can be just as much of a bulldog without the meth, the chemical dependency, the spurgery, the
Fair enough.
schizophrenia, and whatever else he has going on.
Fair enough. I agree with you there.
I don't understand the soft spot for this guy. I just don't.
Yeah, can you explain that to me, Jack? I'm like, what is the soft spot for Tommy? Like, what? Because me and Jeff have been talking about this for a while.
Well, you have it too. Like you all have it. Maybe because I've worked with these people. Like I've worked professionally.
I don't have a soft spot for him,
and I just know their limitations.
I've just seen him be less. I've seen him be less incivil than TBE. But I don't have a soft spot for him. I'd be perfectly fine with Tommy.
He pulled an assault rifle out on the stream the other day. I wouldn't. Civility is not the word that comes to mind when I think of him. An ability to be pro-social and exist peacefully in a community of creative problem solvers. He's always someone that's going to have to be managed and handled. He's not going to be an equal collaborator in anything. Did I just go out? Did Chris go out? Everybody stop.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I had to go do something, so that's why I had the headphones on, but I had to walk away from the camera, so I put it on the camera off. I just feel bad leaving just a blurry camera thing up. I just think it looks weird. So.
Well, we can wrap up today if you want. I got my thing at 6. And then I'll be back at 8 p.m. for Anton's thing.
I have stuff I want to say, but my audio is kind of hard to.
Yeah, you're breaking up. I want to hear it.
I'll try. Yeah, I know. I've been trying to fix it, but I can't really get it to work the way it's gonna sound good. And
starting robot.
So yeah, so I'll jump off for now. And go from there.
Okay.
I guess
let's all
end
have a meeting offline soon at some point.
Yeah, let's. It's all planned on offline meeting. I know TML wanted to talk to me offline, so I need to talk to him, and I need to talk to. I need to talk to Jeff. I need to talk to Jack too, because there's a couple things that I want to talk to him about. His we had a conversation we were gonna have about his videos that I wrote out like 3 or 4 pages, like literally actual 3 or 4 like full pages about like notes I had for him, and then like my and I was stupid and I didn't send it in chunks on Discord, and my daughter came along and like she was like da 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 da, and she pushed a button and erased everything I've written.
Oh, it erased all your notes?
Erased everything. I was writing this long message, but I forgot to send it in pieces. You know, if you send it in pieces, I think it's safe. But I wasn't saying it. I was just like manic, like, you know, schizotyping all this stuff, because all this stuff type out. And then like my daughter came along and was like, oh da 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 da, and just hit a button and erased it all. So I was like, oh okay, well I guess I just needed to say that in person, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it on like on Discord, but. It was on my phone. If it had been on the computer, it'd been fine. But I tend to do that on my phone, and I don't know why I do that. But yeah. But no, this is really this stream is what I needed today. This picked my spirits up a lot, because I was still feeling like pretty rough when I started this, and I still feel kind of under the weather. I feel still kind of sick, but I feel a lot better overall. Yeah. So you got your thing with Anton at 8, right?
Yeah, I got the men's group at 6. So keep resting and taking care of yourself.
I am. I'm gonna go back to bed now. I might put on I have the way I have it hooked up. I have an HDMI cable to my laptop, so I can put a movie on, and I might just run it in the movie section or something like that. I might just run a movie just to see if anybody wants to stop in and watch. If anybody wants to I don't know what it's gonna be. I might run that State and Maine movie or something like that. That movie is a comfort movie for me. So I might run that or something like that, just as a movie to I might fall asleep during it, but I'll be there for if you want to see it. I've seen it like a dozen times, so it doesn't really matter for me. But yeah, I'll be around, guys. I'm always on Discord, always, and thank you for everybody that has been here. Thank you for TML. Thank you for Jack. Thank you to Somewhere in Time. If any of you guys do find anything on my shopping site, please message me. Let me know if anything seems like it's too high a price. Just make an offer. I will accept from any of you guys. I will accept an offer from any of you guys. So unless it ultimately is like and it costs like $- to send it, because like the shopping the shipping's kind of expensive. But so if anything, if you see anything that you like, and it's like within like the shipping range, like I'll send it to you. I don't care if I make any money off of it. Just let me know. I'd be happy to send it to you, as long as I don't pay shipping for it. So because I don't have the money for it. But I love all you guys, and I have a great night. Okay, good night.
Good night. I will see the rest of you later today at 8 p.m. Central. Me and Anton are going to go over some whatever's happening in the social justice woke world. And yeah, good night somewhere. It was really good having you on again. And I guess that's it. I will play us out. Figure out what song I was playing. I don't remember. This.